Okay, so
Poppy looking like Poppy over there, all Chad-like in Australia.
Okay, so in the first game of the grand finals here of the very first Ursasaurus Cup, we do have Shopify Rebellion's ByuN.
Take it away, Dave.
All right, and his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner in the red Zerg drones. Give it up for Mr. SHIN from the name I always
Gaiman Gladiators.
Yeah, Gaiman Gladiators.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know why I've been doing that lately. Chicken Man and I both stumbled on it the other week. Not last week, but...
I think Ursa had somebody raid me for a couple viewers, so hello, you new people. What's going on, guys? We are in the first game of what is sure to be an awesome finals here between ByuN and SHIN. And once again, just to reiterate, huge shout out to Ursa and Stegosaurus for coming together, and obviously Dave and everybody else in the community that has been busting their butt to make this thing happen. Replacing the ESL Cups is such a phenomenal initiative until we get them back.
Yeah, exactly. And even if they don't come back, we're going to be here. We're going to be here to bring you as much StarCraft as we can, whether it's these events, whether it's the KSR, whether it's the Wardy TV Monday. Isn't that right, Dave?
Absolutely. Plenty more. And also, big thanks to you all for moving the Tenacious Turtle Tussle, which I'm actually a big fan of as well. And that was an oversight on my part. I still, to this day, will eat that, even if it wasn't. It was my fault.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Because okay. I actually, as you know, I've in the past, you were kind enough to have me in, and I'm like, I'll throw a few bucks in that. And you had old Dave cast with you in previous ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all good. Anyway. It's all good. You know, it's for the community, right? You know, at the end of the day, we're just hosting more events. You know, for StarCraft, right? We moved over to Sundays. So.
Yeah, it's all the same. We're Team StarCraft at this point. Like, let's be real. You know?
I mean, yeah, no, we're definitely doing more for StarCraft than anybody at Blizzard. That's for sure. Which is a sad day, but also an awesome one, right? It's sick that we're able to come together and continue to make stuff happen, even when the bigger folks aren't particularly interested in supporting the game.
I said, Poppy, what do you think of this going on right here? This 2-Rax Reaper opener.
Yeah, it's going to be 2-Rax Reaper here at a ByuN, going to be applying some pressure. His goal here is to try to delay the third base for as long as he can, but SHIN is mining through the gold minerals towards the north, so he's going to try to sneak one out. This is the kind of hard thing about this map, about Crimson Court, is that third base is very defendable, and despite the aggression of ByuN shouldn't really be able to touch the third.
Yeah, no, I don't think ByuN's going to be able to accomplish too much here with this opening. Deuce to third base, go ahead and get thrown down. And Reaper production has ceased. Stim gets fired up, another barracks is thrown down, and ByuN's ready to transition away from this opening.
Yeah, looks like he might be he's going 3-Rax, no 2-on-1. He might even go up to 5. What are your thoughts, Light?
I feel awkward. Dave, do you cast StarCraft usually when you're covering events? Do you?
Do I cast?
Yeah. Sometimes I hear that like you. I don't know how much StarCraft you talk about when you're casting, Poppy. I don't know. How's that?
yeah. Depends, like what's going on, you know.
Okay.
We're talking about the scene, the community, but
okay. It's all good. Yeah, it is gonna be a 3-Rax follow-up, so it's very aggressive here by ByuN. The initial 2-Rax usually leads into a 2-on-1, which I think you mentioned, which is correct. But this is gonna be a little bit out of left field. The pressure's on SHIN to figure out how aggressive ByuN is gonna be.
Yeah, I like this. A 3-Rax factory. It's almost a TVP follow-up.
You're not wrong.
Like, truthfully.
Yeah, this I think is going to be a 2-base all-in, by the way. If you're watching Cure versus Raynor at EWC, Cure was actually showcasing this build during a series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was what a game, by the way. This is. I'm hopefully thinking this is going to deliver as well. SHIN and ByuN do put on some good games. I was hoping Gumi Ho would play tonight, honestly, guys.
Yeah, no, Gumi is definitely another one of those online cup warriors without a doubt, but ByuN is the king of all kings when it comes to that sort of stuff. And he is opening up game 1 here of our grand finals with bombastic play impending.
Yeah, this is definitely one on there. I had to bring this up because this is more in meta. After EWC, obviously, we're going to see probably this build be used out of ByuN and the likes. Well, especially ByuN. I could imagine copying it off of Cure some more. But I kind of miss the days of Shin and Gumio because those two always seem to have the most wild games I've ever seen. Both with little off meta plays. As you've casted a lot, especially late in the KSL.
Yeah, I mean, Gumi here, he's a very special kind of player. You know, he's very unique and very creative, but ByuN does rock with his aggression. Roaches are here to defend, but Roaches are getting called out already.
Oh, yeah, we do see the first couple of Roaches going down without any bio really falling. One of those Ravagers as well, even. And the Reaper Grenades wreaking a little bit of havoc, but now the bio does need to go ahead and pull back, wait for the coverage from the Medivacs before they get overstimmed and die to the hardiness of the Roaches here.
Absolutely. We got combat shields finishing up for Mr. ByuN, but this push is going to be continuing on from Shin. Not like the most units right here. It's just more of the follow-up. We don't really have any siege tanks out just yet, but
yeah, I mean, Shin really has no business being out here, I think. The DPS of the Terran Army here is absolutely massive, and the Medivacs give them the staying power that they need, and oh my goodness, Shin was bleeding off a lot of Roaches there to really no effect.
Yeah, we spoke earlier about the follow-up 3 racks, and it looks like Shin was expecting a 2-on-1. He was not expecting this many Marines. He was caught off guard, and ByuN, he annihilates that army. And he's not done. He's moving out with a double draw.
Yeah, and there's really not too much defenses here right now on the side of Zerg. Roaches are rotating up to the top side here. There's not too many workers to pick off, but they are going to take a relatively favorable engagement against the Roaches and then pick up and get out of there.
Not too bad. I like the double Evo from Shin, but in this case, as you said, Light, too, very much so reminiscent of a 2-base on. Oh my god, do you see that contaminate? I love to see it. Sorry. Most underused ability, even at the high level at oftentimes. But anyway, the third CC coming down means this is very masterfully done by ByuN to make this into, well, guess what? Surprise, it's actually a 3-base build. Yeah, and we're going to keep this going.
It is a very late third base for ByuN, but he has traded well enough to be able to get into this third base as well, and he's still being quite active on the map. He's going for a split push. There's 2 Medivacs towards the left, and he's moving out on the right-hand side as well.
Those Roaches are going to go ahead and push away the double Medivac drop there, but they are going to stay there sharking around, biding their time, looking for the opportunity. And at the meantime, we have another little hit force here on the bottom side, 2 Medivacs full of Marines, in addition to a couple of Reapers going to be swinging around and trying to put some pressure onto the bottom side of the Zerg base here.
Well, honestly, this is one of those situations where it's just ByuN, multi-prong attacks.
Taking fights on both fronts here, and it looks like winning fights on both fronts here. Now the top side is going to get cleaned up, but these forces may well swing around and converge. Now there's some serious damage being dished out onto the building hatchery here, but the Roaches are going to be able to clean it up. But the distraction is going to allow ByuN to swing into the third base here, pick off a couple workers, put some damage onto the Spore, and all in all, 7 workers, and the Meta got out? Or no?
The Medivac was shut down. We do see that Shin, he's holding on. Did cost him 7 workers. Did cost him a lot of supply as well. The other scary thing, of course, is that Shin is relying on Roach Ravager. Is inflated supply, and he's still struggling to keep up with ByuN. And yeah, GG gets called. It's just far too much damage, and ByuN will take game number 1.
Even with that third hatch, too. That was certainly something. The fact that he was able to get it up, Shin just didn't make enough workers earlier on. You know, he had to defend, but afterward, I think he overcommitted with the Roach attack, like Ahmed had mentioned.
Yeah. You know, I mean, things were kind of snowballing out of control from there. Now, listen, I think ultimately it was the multitasking and multi-prong harass. I need an invite.
Boom. Let me go off friends list.
Perfect.
I want to ask both of you honest thoughts, because I personally have something about this tournament that I've been looking at more and more, and I absolutely love it. The almost Jurassic Park-esque Ursasaurus Cup logo with the Stegosaurus there that Ursa TV made. As the tournament's been going on, I've been looking at that, like the whole thing on the in-game logo and stuff. I'm like, man, Bruno did a good job on that.
Yeah, no, it's super sick. He's got great attention to detail when it comes to stuff like that.
It's true. Like, you know, it's great that we've brought the community together to run this event, to host it, bringing all the cast together. But really, the best part of the tournament is the logo.
Yep, 100%.
And the most important part, obviously.
Yeah, seriously. Without doubt, you know.
Okay, so jumping into game number 2 here of the Ursasaurus Cup. In the bottom right, we do have the Blue Terran hailing from South Korea, a Shopify Rebellion's ByuN.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN.
Yeah, game 1 there going a little sideways for SHIN. He still obviously put up a really great fight there and was, you know, really competitive at certain moments, but ByuN, you know, definitely did start to pick him apart. That early game advantage was something ByuN never was going to relinquish.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, it was just SHIN overextending. Again, I do think that he just didn't expect ByuN to have that many Marines to work with. It looked like he wanted to try to be the aggressor and try to punish ByuN, but instead he was one punished. And again, just bleeding off too many roaches, too many ravagers, just wasn't worth it in the end. And ByuN snowballed out of control. And now we have a very similar opener here. Once again, 2-Rax Reaper.
Yep, and we do see, you know, relatively similar opening here coming from, or maybe the same opening coming from SHIN here, is it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, just a 16 hatch. It's
Yeah.
16, 17, I believe it was.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Light, you're a little better Zerg player than I.
Yeah, it was Hatchcat's pool. The question really becomes here, because it looks the same for ByuN, right? 2-Rax Reaper, and he could go for a 3rd Rax again, like the previous game, into a +1 timing, or it can be a 2-on-1, it could be 3cc 2-on-1. Like, it's going to be on SHIN to piece together what's going on. Like, now he's going to be that much more concerned and on notice, just because he was kind of, like, caught off guard last time.
Absolutely. This time, well, looks like SHIN's a little indecisive on his hatch placement. He's kind of hiding out for a bit to make sure, but it's because he scouted this, obviously. But
Yeah, we do see the double queen get fired up here, and the 3rd base will be taken in like. The first Reaper is going to go ahead and pick off a drone. That's a really nice start here for ByuN.
Yeah, getting a drone is already a great start for ByuN. 3rd base gets thrown down for SHIN. Unlike the previous map, unlike Crimson Court, this 3rd base is going to be under fire, so ByuN can try to punish it. And once again, just like the previous game, that is a 3rd Rax follow-up. So it is the same build 2 games in a row for ByuN.
Yeah, and immediately I think we are gonna. Did we see the Marines thrown down immediately after as well? Yeah, I suppose that we did, but there was the factory was thrown down as well. There. What happened? I missed it.
The Reapers,
Okay,
they dove
yeah.
into the
ByuN
main
almost
and-
through.
ByuN
I got a
almost
little
lost-
bit of lag, by the way, not to bother you guys, just to see if you guys are. Or did I lag you out at all?
No, we
No,
can't.
I'm chilling.
We can't see it. It's like so good.
Thank you. But the woe was ByuN literally almost through right there in a moment, but that grenade saved his behind.
Yeah, and we are going to see the factory thrown down again as well. So again, it's following the same build order as the previous game, and the flow of the game not going as necessarily decisively in ByuN's favor just yet. But you know, it wasn't until around the 5-minute mark that we saw SHIN make that big blunder.
Yeah, I feel like our eyes are going to be on SHIN this time to see how aggressive he's going to be. This time there is no Roach Warren yet. He's droning up. He's just, you know, securing himself, getting into a longer game. As you mentioned, ByuN is going for the same build. It's going to be a stim timing with a massive amount of Marines. And yeah, we'll see if SHIN throws down a Roach Warren or relies on Ling Bang.
Yeah, we just had metabolic boost, more queen. I mean, that's really all you can do is the Zerg right now, unless you like. I mean, it's not like you're gonna have centrifugal hooks anytime soon if you went for a Baneling nest, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And the starport is en route as well. And as we continue to see continued Marine production out of ByuN here, the Baneling nest does go ahead and get thrown down. But as you said, Baneling speed is quite a ways away.
Yeah, this should still be okay for SHIN as long as he doesn't over-drone. That's going to be the biggest thing here, is that he can saturate his 3rd base, but he can't really go further than that. If he's a little bit too greedy, then ByuN is going to snowball out of control. As you mentioned, there's going to be no Baneling speed, so ByuN is going to have a little micro potential with all this bio.
Yep, and we haven't seen the third CC thrown down yet, as we did in the previous game. Not sure what timestamp that was exactly, but this is still full-on aggression from ByuN here. Some SCV still being produced. Combat shields about halfway done, and +1 attack about 70-80% done as well on the side of ByuN.
Yeah, we're just now getting out a bunch of lings for SHIN. ByuN kind of setting up for a push. I do like some banelings are being made anyway. At least if he can lure ByuN on creep a bit, it's a possibility for him to land a couple connects. But I think ByuN is just going to respect this, go back home, and maybe kind of reconsolidate for another push and maybe even take a third.
Yeah, honestly, this is... Okay, go on.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, this is really mature of ByuN. Basically, he sees how many queens there are, he sees all the Ling Bane, and he doesn't throw away his army. He's like, you know what? I don't think I can win this fight. I'm a back off, I'm a regroup, I'm a reinforce. He might throw down a third CC behind this army as well. But ByuN now does regroup, this time with Medivacs, which means he also has an ability to go for drop play and try to go for multi-burn aggression. Or just come in.
And we do see our first tank popping out just now as well. And so I do think, ByuN is going to look to continue to reinforce his position, producing some more Medivacs and another tank as well.
You know something like, I just thought of something. ByuN did not get the post-it note that this is an America's tournament. He's supposed to stem like 2 times into banelings, and then stem again, you know.
Do you want to message him after the game? Do you want to...
Yeah, but listen, dude, you didn't really follow the spirit of the event.
You want to see you ape it up, Bobby. What's going on? Why are you playing careful like this? What do you mean? You want to win?
Yeah, dude, we want to see throws here, Bob.
No, we do see extremely conservative play at ByuN, leaving tons of Marines behind to cover that tank. He does not want this position to be easily... does not want that tank to be easily cleaned up. So much damage being dished out. Now, the Zerg forces are from multiple angles, so we are going to see the position broke, but oh my goodness, those slow banelings are being bled out.
And SHIN shuts us down. And bearing in mind, no third base, there's no third CC just now begins for ByuN. It is so late. He was basically 2 base all in, and SHIN likewise playing very carefully as well. He didn't engage until that final moment, until that one big fight.
Absolutely, yeah. No, SHIN setting himself up for a fantastic situation here. And when this next engagement comes, you know what's going to be there? Centrifugal hooks. So these banelings are going to get on top of ByuN's Marines in a hurry.
Honestly, this was it was a slightly high risk, but well calculated move from SHIN to take the double hatch. Like, he took a super fast forward, and he didn't care. He was calm. He droned. He read the situation right, and he set up for a beautiful defense before, but look at this around.
Ooh, not enough banelings, though, now, so these Marines are going to trade extremely favorably. Now, there's a huge number of queens here, and the additional banelings are rolling down, but oh my god, these queens being bled out as well. 1 or 2 of the high energy ones as well, and what was a huge defensive queen force has been whittled down to just a handful now. Some more banelings on the way and some lings popping, so I don't think SHIN's necessarily in the worst shape ever, but what looked to be an extremely advantageous position really did go quite poorly for SHIN there. He overextended quite a bit off creep.
So what you're saying is that SHIN, he got the message.
Oh,
yeah, he got the message.
SHIN got that post-it note, and behold the power of 1-1 versus none.
Yeah, SHIN is now getting into his own upgrades. He's going for a big counterattack. Will delay the third base, but as you mentioned, he lost a lot of momentum that he once had. He lost a lot of Ling Bane, and it's on SHIN to do some counter damage. He's actually going for the natural.
Yeah, no, but these Banes are going to be bled out to no real effect here. They're not going to get on top of these workers. Now, the Lings do flood in here, and that's fantastic. That tank's going to get taken out. These Medivacs can keep these Marines alive for so long, but after that, these Lings are going to wreak some havoc on the XCV line of ByuN's natural, and what was already not economic position for ByuN has gotten much worse after losing 16 SCVs.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, this force from ByuN here outside of SHIN's 4th really needs to deal some damage at this point. ByuN's kind of relying on it.
Yeah, exactly. As SHIN was able to do some amazing counter damage, he is still in this game. SHIN can't really engage with the main army itself, but he's going once again for another run by, denying the third base, keeping ByuN on a 2-base economy.
Yeah, no, brilliant positional and counterattack play here by by SHIN. Jesus, why am I coming up with this name from a million years ago? We do see a couple medevacs here twinging up to the top side, and there are some units to defend. The fourth base does get rather low for SHIN here on the bottom side, but the forces do get completely surrounded on the other. So, you know, ByuN is hitting with the multi-prong attack. He is trading reasonably well, but at the same time, Groove Spine's finishing. SHIN's getting ready to transition into Hydras, and that's going to be bad news bears for these medevacs.
ByuN a little late to drop into main, by the way.
He does take out the fourth at the same time, and he is going to deal, you know, some damage here in the main without bleeding off too much, as long as he picks up here, which he does. The tank goes down, but that wasn't the worst trade, considering he was able to pick off the fourth at the same time.
Yeah, the fourth base goes down, dropping the main base gets cleaned up. It does, but ByuN still has momentum on his side. The third base finally gets up and running, but ByuN is down to 41 SCVs. He doesn't really have the most sustain here. If SHIN can survive a little bit longer, if he can get this base up and running, then SHIN can overwhelm ByuN.
Yeah, no, Light, we are at the 11-minute mark, and we're seeing just about the first minerals mine from this third base of ByuN.
Yeah, it's a very late third base saturation, but ByuN, he's trading well. You know, he's doing well with it when it comes to his main army, when it comes to his engagements, but he does need to keep SHIN back at home. He needs to make sure there's no other Ling Bane run by.
See, this was ByuN's interpretation of, you know, adhering to the spirit of the event, was not mining from the third.
Yeah, honestly, guys, there's something else to note. SHIN, as well as he brilliantly defended, and he did decent teching, ByuN kept him on his toes, and this is one time I could say this is one of the first games in a minute. And with all respect to ByuN, we don't have the ByuN meme of we have like the +3 armor and not the +3 weapons being researched, but he had both. The 3-3 even hit at a perfect timing, it seemed like, for how low econ he was.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, because that's actually crazy. I didn't even think about that. The fact that he is now pushing towards 3-3 when he's been on like no income for ages.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's just how efficient ByuN has been with his army, just rotating Marines, tanks, medevacs throughout the course of this game, rotating towards the north. The creep is also lackluster for SHIN, but he's setting up for a surround. He's setting up for a big flank.
Absolutely. Now these tanks are getting jumped on before they get sieged. The Baneling's getting on top of the Marines. So many Marines going down. The Zerg force is absolutely overwhelming the forces of ByuN here. Now there is some Marines coming down from the top side, supported by a couple medevacs, but the Hydras and Lings are eventually going to make short work of them.
And behind this all, 13 SCVs have fallen. Presumably from I'm guessing that was a Bane bust in the third base.
Yeah, there was a Baneling Roman at the same time, and SHIN, he shuts down the main army. He counterattacks across the map. He does both at the same time, and just like that, ByuN plummets in supply. He will have 3-3 to work with. He will have an efficient army, but ByuN, there's a lot more pressure on him to get even more damage done, to be active again on the map.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've got a double medevac drop running up the top side of the map here. You know, hopefully can no, but there's already a Zerg forces in position there. Now, obviously, ByuN doesn't know that, but if he runs in here, he's going to lose everything. And we do see some Lings running on the bottom side of the map here. A tank there to shut it down, but the Lings are going to get on top of the tank before getting cleaned up by some Marines.
All right, decent pickup from ByuN. Got a couple, even if it's some minimal trades. He didn't lose anything, just a couple of hits on the medevac. He's pushing the right, or the left, rather.
Yeah, some nice Baneling targeting by ByuN. It's an excellent micro, not losing anything to those Banelings there on the middle left here. But still, I mean, listen, he's climbing back up in supply. Plus 3 is about to finish. So if there was going to be a time in this game where ByuN was dangerous, it is going to be now. He's going to rely on tasking. He's got a double medevac drop in the main, taking out some tech as it goes. The infestation pit about to go down. Now there is also this gigantic force of Marines and a couple tanks to bolster their position on the bottom left here that is going to try and start sieging up this fourth base. Now the tanks get sieged before Zerg even sees this force.
Yeah, ByuN pulling SHIN apart. He snipes the Hydrogen. He does snipe the tech in the main base as well. Infestation pit did go down, and ByuN is pushing forward towards that southern fort. There is barely any creep here to work with.
Now, there was a counterattack on ByuN's side of the map here. We saw 10 SCVs go down and a tank on real low health now, but the main fight here is really what's going on SHIN's fourth. The Banelings pushing forward, trying to take on top of these Marines, but the Baneling snipes are absolutely fantastic. This hatchery, lower than half health, looks like it is going to go down. But no, not quite yet. SHIN comes around with a 360-degree surround, takes out pretty much all of ByuN's army. everything he had on this side of the map has been absolutely wiped. Only the medevac's able to retreat, and that base stays alive.
Oh no! Sorry, the medevac in the north.
The medevac does survive barely. ByuN, I mean, he's been all in the entire game. Whether it's 2 base all in, now like 2.5 base all in essentially, as the 3rd base is not even saturated, and he gets cleaned up once again. He plummets in supply. SHIN is barely holding on. And yeah, it's just been really surprising to see ByuN achieve so much with so little. Like, he's still all in, things are still bleak for ByuN, but he still fights so well. Like, it's crazy.
SHIN sitting at 71 workers to 36, like 1,500 more minerals per minute on average. Yeah, this has really been an unbelievably scrappy game by turn.
You know, a wise man once said, a Terran on 3cc, are they ever dead?
A bunch of bunkers being built outside of SHIN's 4th here now. A couple tanks get sieged up, and once again, ByuN is putting pressure onto this position. A bunch of banelings being bled off, a lot of lings taking damage. The Hydra's not quite able to get the damage they're looking for onto the medevac or dished out onto the Marines.
Yeah, and with these bunkers, it's going to be that much more difficult to break. We can see SHIN is setting up another surround. Can he get as successful a trade, though? Because 3-3 is now done for ByuN. He's able to push on forward. The hatchery is so close to going down. Up!
And it is going to go down, and these bunkers finish up. Now, they're kind of a moot point here in this position now, but obviously that base is going to be, retaken by SHIN when he deems appropriate, although he is expanding in the other direction at this moment right now, so he might not really care to sort of fight this fight at the moment.
Yeah, SHIN is
ByuN unaware of that base. Oh, sorry. Shut up.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying, ByuN's unaware of the base in the bottom left, it appears, too, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not being mined from yet, but yeah, that's definitely something ByuN will want to clean up. But at the moment, he is pushing forward. He has these bunkers and a bunch of stuff sort of fortifying a position right here now that really isn't doing much. Now, there's a gigantic counterattack on ByuN's side of the map. 13 workers do go down, and it looks like a bunch of Marines are in hot pursuit. There is a tank support behind them, but the banelings do get on top of them, and a huge chunk of ByuN's banelings get taken out, and it looks like these Hydras are going to continue to push forward, take out another tank, and perhaps even get on top of this tank that's sieged here. Indeed, they do get taken out, and these Hydras are going to walk away relatively scot-free after having dealt some serious damage.
Yeah, once again, ByuN's economy is crippled. He's down to 19 SCVs, but he still has a comparable army. He can still try to win the game here and now. He's pushing towards the natural, towards the tech of SHIN. SHIN has a mass amount of Ling Bane, but I don't want to count ByuN out. Not quite yet, but it's one and done here. ByuN, he's all in. He's been all in all game.
Oh, no, yeah, we need absolutely, yeah, literally. We're in a 17-minute game where ByuN's been all in from about minute 4. Honestly, SHIN is super duper respecting this. He's playing very, very far back. He doesn't really care about bleeding off this base. It's almost mined out. He's expanded in a couple of different directions at the same time as it is already, and he wants to max out before he takes this engagement. He knows he's been on way more income than ByuN, and he knows that if he just takes a smart fight here, this is a very difficult game for him to lose. And the blinding clouds ensure that that fight is indeed smart. Every single tank gets taken out before firing even a single shot. And the medevacs do run away with the Marines, but not before leaving ByuN down something like 85 supply.
Take it away, Dave.
I don't know. I still felt awkward from that last one.
Oh, dude, you're in your own head, brother. You're in your own head.
No, I'm kind of memeing here. But, yeah. Man with gun moves. Man with gun looks very dead.
Yeah, man with gun not doing so well.
Yeah, man with gun looks the GG.
There it is.
And there you have it, folks.
And we're tied up 1-1.
I could have used the Sarah line. I was trying to think of something to say that was good, but I couldn't. That was unfortunate.
Just go ahead and send me the invite when you can, Mr. Dave.
Gotcha, buddy. Thanks for having me. Like, this is possibly the first, if not second time we've even been in a voice call before, I feel.
Yeah, we haven't.
In, like, years of knowing you now. Like,
I randomly sprung Dave on light.
So
God damn it.
We haven't really been able to cast together much. I mean, we've covered some tournaments together every now and then, but
yeah.
And the Duck and the Dave.
Yeah, anytime. Mondays are usually rough, and yeah, I've had a couple of beers, but I'm honestly a little more low key on that this week. Typically, I'm not too bad. It's more often than not I'm like hanging on by a thread, just tired on a Monday night.
Okay, we do see these guys back in the lobby here.
Ironically, Ahmed, everybody knows when I was first all hot to trot about a Monday night, I was like, you know what? I want a Monday night, but not on a Monday. For us working stiffs, it's goddamn horrible. But anyway, it's a tradition.
Yeah,
and I think it's been a successful Monday night.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's been awesome, dude.
I usually solo cast, but especially because it's the first edition of the Ursasaurus Cup, I'm happy to to jump on to cast for the first time with Historian, with Dave as well. It's all good.
Absolutely, it's been quite an honor. I've been so happy to be here. And going into game number 3 on Dynasty, in the bottom left, we've got the Red Zerg from South Korea. It's Gaming Gladiator Shin. Go ahead, Light.
And in the top right hand corner, we have South Korean Terran for Shopware Rebellion. It is ByuN.
Heck yeah, dude.
You know what? This is a good
shirt. It's kind of green, so when I lean backwards, my torso becomes kind of invisible. Just so you know.
Lovely.
So I had somebody comment. This is the foreign version of the GSL. 3 Korean casters, exactly.
Oh, dude, I am looking for. Okay, I am gonna look up the Shin's. Oh, it's Shin Hibum and ByuN. What? I don't remember his Korean name. Let's see. I'm yelling his name in Korean real loud. I'm telling you. ByuN Hyunwoo. Okay, dude. When a fight happens, you're gonna be just blown away by my casting skills.
Let's go.
I'm sorry, my mind just went right in the gutter when you said that.
Blown away?
Well, no, you're gonna be yelling his name out really loud in the night, basically, is what I gathered there too. I'm like, hold on, you gotta at least make sure the man bought you flowers, all right?
I mean, listen, dude, I've spent some quality time with ByuN.
A little jealous, little jealous, not gonna lie. He's a beautiful man.
Oh, he is absolutely, dude. ByuN and I were recording for like almost 2 hours, and Sue was just literally sitting on the bed behind me waiting. So I was like, all right, I gotta wrap this up with ByuN. And when we finished up, he was like, oh man, we didn't really get to talk that much. I wish we could have talked more. And I'm like, ByuN, we've been talking for 2 hours, buddy.
That's great.
Absolutely, yeah. That was such a fantastic day, honestly. I definitely miss Korea. Hope I can get back out there maybe sometime next year.
You know who I want to meet, guys? Light VIP. I think it'd be awesome to meet Light. You're on my list of people I really want to meet, Light.
You're from Australia, right?
Yeah.
Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Where in Australia?
Sydney, like Western Sydney.
Cool.
So
yeah.
one day, I'll go to an NA event one day, meet everyone. I'm so isolated.
Do you go to the StarCraft events and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've been to most of the lands in Australia. Most of them.
Hell yeah, dude. I would love to come to an event like that. Obviously, it's such a trek to come to like what's a relatively small event. But I think there's something so cool about like small community stuff like that. It's really like some of the best feelings you'll get at any kind of gaming event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Meanwhile, this game is happening and there's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
It was gas first from SHIN. It was gas first, and he's leading into a roach rush. He did go for the gold base as well, prioritizing the high yield gas geyser. So he's going to be rushing towards roaches, and ByuN has yet to scout, but the Reaper gets into the main, and he will barely get eyes on the roach warren.
And ByuN's response to scouting this gold base here was indeed just to go ahead and throw down a gold base of his own, which makes sense. Now, what do you think we're going to see out of that starport here? Just some medevacs, or do you think maybe some liberated production as well?
Could be Liberators, definitely, but it's going to be a 2-on-1 build by ByuN. He's building up Mass Marine for a medevac drop. Meanwhile, SHIN has begun Roach production. I've yet to determine if SHIN is going all-in or not. I mean, he barely has any saturation. He has one drone at the gold. He's going for an all-in.
Absolutely, and with taking advantage of that high-yield gas, in a big way, and I'm assuming this is going to be a pretty large number of Ravagers. Now, what time do you think this attack should hit out of Shin?
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon TM, actually, because I mean, keep in mind, Shin did kind of open almost one base-ish. Like, he was literally setting up for the roaches before, then taking advantage of the obviously rich Vespene gas geyser beforehand. But when ByuN killed 4 drones with the Reaper, I think that might have maybe delayed it a little bit.
Now, he did go ahead and morph those Ravagers on the other side of the map, so they are going to take some time to wiggle-waggle their way over there. And we are going to have some supporting roaches coming up as well as a bunch of additional lings on the way.
Yeah, ByuN being a little bit cavalier does try to drop the Ravagers, but alas has to pull away. The 3 Ravagers are a little bit exposed, and we do see ByuN trying to pick them off, buying time for some more tanks. First tank is on the way, but the piles will connect, and the Deeper is going to go down.
Yeah, the depot's going to go down. There's no wall right now, but beyond that, placed Biles there by Shin, so that's not the greatest. But now the SUV has come back up to repair, but it's only one SUV, so the Biles are going to DPS it down rather easily. So there's not a lot of defensive positioning here left for ByuN.
Yeah, the bunker goes down. The Deepers as well. Lings, they try to flood in, but the choke point is brutal. Shin cannot get us around.
Yeah, that he cannot. Now, he is going to go ahead and try and DPS down a couple of these Ravagers as they come up the ramp. I'm surprised to see not the Lings, perhaps, in front of the Ravagers, but I guess he doesn't necessarily want to make that full commitment onto the high ground just yet. Now, these Ravagers are getting awfully low, though.
Yeah, bearing in mind that as this goes on, ByuN is mining on the goal base as well. We do go for this round. We avoid the files, and ByuN shuts down the Lings. He sims on 40, gets on top of the Ravagers as well, and ByuN will completely shut this down.
I mean, that was such curious play there by Shin, right? I was thinking, okay, surely he's hesitating here because he is not going to commit or he's waiting for more reinforcements. But then he ended up going up the ramp and taking the fight after just taking all the damage onto the Ravagers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult. He was trying to push forward. Like, he was ideally hoping that maybe the Marines push down onto the low ground or, like, get this around as well with the Lings. But it was just a really awkward position for him. And yeah, ByuN just took full advantage of Shin. It was impressive.
Yeah, just go ahead and shoot me that invite, Dave, when you can.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, of course.
You know, all I could think of in Shin's perspective from how the end went and how ByuN, his light said, with a very cavalier attitude, drops down, does some nice pickup micro after, etc. Shin's like fighting in the choke point. He's just like, GG, GL, next, go next map pool.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about that map when I'm playing Zerg.
Yeah, no,
Personally, but thinking of, you know, that I'm memeing a bit, but that's a tough map for those kind of builds. I feel like if you're playing against a player that plays obviously very bio-heavy style like ByuN.
Yeah. Go ahead and take it away, Dave.
All right, here we are spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Post Youth. Blue Terran SCVs is from Shopify Rebellion. Give it up for ByuN.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg. For Gaming Gladiators, it is Shin.
I love the trepidation from all of us.
I mean, I was going to say that, like, tri-casting can be done if you're in person because you can give, like, visual cues for who to who to talk and who to pass off to and stuff like that. If we don't have any cams going on or anything like that, we have no idea. We're shooting in the dark. We're like, God, who's going to speak up next? Who knows?
We need the cavalier attitude of ByuN. That's what we need.
Exactly.
I'll be honest, guys. Just be glad I'm quiet for once. Even earlier, like Proto-Stegosaurus casted with me, actually. And he was hard carrying. I was like, all right, I can get used to this. I'm just chilling. We're just observing. You know, like, I'm like, oh, let's look at the beautiful, majestic Overlord as we're waiting for things to happen, you know?
Do you guys remember... Oh, dude, I forgot to yell in Korean. Damn.
Do you know much Korean?
No, but I could say ByuN Hangwoo. I could have done that.
Okay.
Oh, man.
No, dude. I just a few words.
I mean, geez, you know, that's already better than how much French I know. People ask me, well, what do you know in French?
How are you
French
in
toast,
How
French
are
fries.
you in Croatian?
Don't even get me started, because that's going to be a very quick conversation. How many languages do you speak, out of curiosity? English and Spanish, or do you speak any other languages as well?
Just two, English and Spanish. A little bit of Polish, a little bit.
Interesting.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. How come Polish?
For whatever reason, we started casting some Polish tournaments, so we got a bunch of like Polish like casters and players involved, and
Yeah.
a little bit of Polish. Yeah.
Heck yeah. The Net Wars guys or something else?
Yeah, some of the networks guys, indie.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Yeah, exactly. The Polish tournaments, and over the years, it feels like if you're ever on an semi-EU time slot or even into NA, you're gonna get a lot of Polish players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, there's still so many good. I mean, we have Spirit,
kind of feel
Gerald,
that with Gerald.
Christianer.
Yeah, exactly. We had the whole. Wait, are you guys there?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Sorry, I'm freaking out because of I have some horrible lag.
Oh, that's weird.
I get it from it's not my internet connection. It's something server side from wherever I'm at and my ISP. And when I go to Korea, Brazil, or Singapore, I want to say. Even on observing, it never used to happen in Korea, but it's been god awful.
So we do see a couple of Reapers of ByuN here pushing across the map. They, go ahead and just doing some scouting, picking off a ling or two if they can here or there. And behind this, we have a couple Hellions on the way. So we do see our first divergence of opening builds here from ByuN as far as this series goes.
Yeah, ByuN going for a 3cc into Starport. Did divert a little bit, but for the most part, an economic opener. Very greedy, ByuN getting a CC on location. Meanwhile, SHIN, he rushed into a lair. This is a very fast lair for SHIN. This should be for some wild play. He's taking all 4 gases. This could actually be 2-base Muta.
Oh, dude, I love that. Especially in response to, kind of what we're seeing so far out of ByuN. I wonder how much of a commitment we're going to continue to see to these factory units. Only a couple, we do see a Banshee and Cloak coming down as well, so that bodes really, really well for 2-base Muta if that is indeed the choice of SHIN.
Yeah, as he's going to be he catches the Hellions!
That's going to leave a mark
here.
Yeah, SHIN is a big fan of 2-base Muta, at least from my experiences. I don't know about you, Light, but it seems like he'll always sneak it into a series in a CVT.
Yeah, he does love those mutas, and I mean, we have it. The Spire gets thrown down.
Oh my god, they get on top of the ramp here. A couple of Hellions going down here. And we do see the Banshee here, to help clean up a little bit, but, the Scout obviously got off there. A bunch of Hellions went down. The third base is under pressure once again. And things are going pretty well here for SHIN in game 4. 3? 4. 3? 3. Is that correct? Am I crazy?
4.
3, right?
4.
4? Okay.
You were right. Don't second guess yourself. You're fine.
And ByuN is up 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah. Is up 2-1. But yeah, we'll see how this all comes to pass. I mean, ByuN hasn't scouted because of the Ling aggression. The Banshee's stuck at home. The Banshee has not moved out across the map, so no scouting whatsoever from ByuN. He hasn't seen the gases, hasn't seen the lair, didn't see the Spire either, so the Muta's going to go unscouted. But ByuN is setting up into 5 Raxes. ByuN could even be 8 Raxing off of this as well. Like, he's going to be skyrocketing ahead in the mid game when it comes to bio-aggression, but he doesn't really know what's coming his way.
Yep, the first wave 8 Mutas are on the way. They're about halfway done here. And if ByuN doesn't know that they're coming, he could really be in some serious trouble. Now, he does go ahead and scan. He sees the Spire, so he's got an idea of what's going on. And immediately we see... Well, actually, I think those turrets are underway already. But one additional one at the third.
Oh, this is going to leave a mark for ByuN, though. The Overseer just adds the finishing touch to... Surprise!
Yeah, the Banshees go down, the Mutas are revealed. As you mentioned, the turrets are already getting up and running, so ByuN, he's ready for them for the most part. He is on a 5-rack setup on 3 bases, and we'll see if ByuN does throw down 3 extra racks and decides to go for a 3-base all-in. Both our players have been very aggressive so far. Meanwhile, the Mutas are going for the dive onto the Marines.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I mean, obviously now they're not going to be able to stand here and fight over this turret, and there actually is an additional turret here protecting sort of the bottom side of the production, but the Mutas are going to be able to get some serious damage out onto the SCVs. SCVs there, a couple going down already, and they are just going to be able to sit here and park between the production facilities and dish out some more damage. Another SCV goes down, supply depot goes down, and these mutas are able to fly away, having taken relatively little damage. There were 8 mutas made, and there were 9 mutas total, so I guess there were 9 mutas made. I guess a couple more came across the map.
I think that was actually a pretty good defense from ByuN.
Yeah.
That could have been a lot worse.
It could have, but he also has spent a lot of money on turrets at this point. There's something like 8 turrets out on the map.
Yeah, did invest heavily into the turrets. The Lings, they hit the third base. They deny any kind of mining time. 5 SCVs go down. Despite the economic opener of ByuN, he has not been able to mine from that third base whatsoever. And SHIN once again goes for another dive, goes on top of the army.
Yeah, the third base getting busted. The army jumping on top of ByuN's here. Now, this wasn't maybe the most efficient trade by SHIN, but all the Marines go down. He takes out that tank, and at this point, it's looking pretty good, and at the cost of pretty much just a few Lings and some mutas.
Yeah, SHIN is being so aggressive this game with this Ling muta. Like, SHIN, he has no fourth. He has no fourth. He's not droning. He's just always in the face of ByuN. At any moment he can try to, he does dive on top of those Marines, and the Marine count, it's not really that high at all.
No, it's not, and you know, they're really hardly able to take a frontal engagement with the mutas, which is obviously not a great sign. The Baneling nest is done. We have a bunch of Banelings coming, a bunch of Lings coming across the map here. Probably some Banelings about to be morphed in to continue to fight relatively efficiently, and +1/+1's on the way for SHIN as well.
Yeah, with that said, though, if ByuN can muster up some kind of defense against this and secure his third. Yes, SHIN does have a gold base. He's trying to take another expand. ByuN needs like an inch to breathe, basically, and he's been keeping up on his upgrades. He's got an armory behind this, so he could probably go right into 2-2 when he, again, he has to situate. The supply block's the biggest, scariest thing for ByuN, where he's probably just going to have to get something done, though. Normally, if he didn't lose all those supply depots, I think he would be in a better spot.
These Banelings morphing in just a bit too late. A huge flock of Marines coming into the third base position here.
He's still with the Banelings. 0 Banelings.
Oh my god, every single Baneling going down, a tank getting sieged up here. The Spore Crawler being taken out. Now the mutas have to come home in order to, just with the defense here, we have a bunch of Banelings morphing in on the bottom side here, in addition to a bunch of Zerglings popping out, but these are still slow Banelings.
He denied 1-1 too.
Yeah, 1-1 gets shut down. The hatchery falls. The Baneling nest is even under fire. Yeah, he can't deny Baneling speed. He heard you.
Oh my god. ByuN targeting down the Baneling speed. He is absolutely going to get it at this point. What a blow. 1-1 canceled. The third base taken down. All these Banelings being targeted down. Now, obviously, at the expense of a lot of Marines there, but still, my goodness, what a trade for ByuN. Now, he is still sitting down about 40 supply.
GG, ByuN was completely all in. Despite that, that was an impressive push out of ByuN. He popped off, he was denying upgrades, he was denying Banelings, but it still barely wasn't enough as he had nothing back at home.
I'll be honest, as close as it was, that's kind of what I was hoping for, and like I could kind of hear you going like, Dave, what are you even on about there? I'm just like, I had a feeling ByuN was going to make one of those really ByuN moves where he just does crazy sauce plays. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're in the lobby now. Yeah, we're good to go. But yeah, I'm so happy we get to go to Game 5 here in the first Ursasaurus Cup.
Yeah, we're going all the way to the ace match. It'll all end here on this final map, and it's been pretty aggressive. Like, we've had some long games in this series, but we haven't had like some proper like macro. Like it's been very chaotic between ByuN and SHIN.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, these guys are 100% at each other's throats. They do not want these games to go super long. ByuN was all in for like 19 minutes in game 2.
It was the longest all in out of ByuN, and we'll see who's going to be all in this time.
Surely one of them. Spawning in the top right here from Gaiman Gladiators, South Korean Zerg, it's SHIN.
Go for it, Dave.
And his opponent in the bottom left in the blue from Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Yeah, I couldn't feel that like nudge. I could almost, one of the times I can like sense the light VIP elbow going like ribbing me. But I couldn't that time, Poppy.
So good.
Yeah.
The dry cast with it's pretty funny though. It's
yeah, no, it's ribbed for your pleasure for sure.
Listen, I've been through it all at this point. I had a quad cast with Chicken Man,
Oh my
Bale
God.
Wolf, and Florencio. Imagine that.
What was that for? What tournament was that?
One of the Chicken Man Testa opens, I would imagine, way back when. Yeah,
hell
it was
yeah,
a long time ago, and it just randomly happened. It was chaotic, but it was actually quite fun.
Yeah,
we kept doing musical
when I
casters
think
and
about
bouncing
those
around.
four
We all got
guys-
together.
Sorry, man. When I think about those 4 guys, I just think, four quiet, demure personalities, and I'm sure it was, just really placid.
It was something. Florencio actually is a very, very chill guy,
Yeah.
Truthfully.
And a really good dancer. I'm being 100% serious. I mean, you were there, right?
Yeah, I was there. We got that.
Yeah.
I got it on my phone. I actually took the video. And, oh man,
He's such a good dancer.
and then you can see Harston walking by, just busting out laughing.
Yeah.
It was so great. It was so based.
100%. What Atlanta was godly.
And you got to give the details. What was going on? Was this the after party? What was? I don't know.
Yeah. We went to like a karaoke spot where like there's a dance floor as well. In after DreamHack Atlanta 2023. Yeah. So it was a lot of us, like a big group of Europeans. The Europeans actually ended up dipping, going to a different spot, but that perhaps might be a story for another time. We do have a Reaper running into the natural of SHIN here, putting some damage onto these Zerglings. Hasn't really taken anything out yet. Really nice defense by SHIN, and with the Queen popping, the potential for these Reapers to do too much here is dissipating.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 Rex Reaper once again from ByuN. Once again, we have a 3rd Rex behind this, most likely into a factory, into an eBay. We've seen this build twice already in this series, and we're going to see it again. It is that the initial cure build that they did against Raynor.
Yep, and we do go ahead and see 10 more Lings fired at the Baneling Nest thrown down relatively quickly as well as speed about 75% of the way done here.
Oh.
I'll be honest, guys. Some of the builds that pop off from time to time, yeah, people find counters and they come in to ebb and flow and open cups and weeklies and et cetera. But after big events, I think we get this period of time where people start experimenting a little more. And one thing
you think this could be a Baneling bust?
Yeah, it's a Bane bust.
Yeah.
He's
That's what I was hoping. Yeah, Ragnarok. Or sorry. See, I say it sometimes too. Like, sorry, Wayne. I tell him this when I talk to him every time. I still call him Vanya because he's fucking Vanya, all right? So,
Okay.
You can change your name all you want, pal. You're fucking Vanya. That's what I'm gonna tell SHIN one day. I called him. It was funny. We'll get into that after this game before we say goodbye. But there's something about
Oh, dude,
SHIN.
when these Banelings walk up, I'm doing the oh.
I mean, ByuN hasn't seen this. He has yet to really confirm what's going on. There's no bunker behind this. He does have a lot of Marines to work with. He has a lot of micro potential as well. Here we come the Banelings.
Oh, Shinhi Bomb! Shinhi Bomb! Oh!
Oh no!
Oh my god, these Banelings absolutely wreaking havoc on the Terran here. Shinhi Bomb! I can't believe it.
Oh, he's crazy. He breaks through into the natural 9 SCV's going to go down. ByuN tries to re-wall off, but the last of the wall is going to be denied. And SHIN, he has broken through. There's only SCVs to defend.
Oh!
Oh my god, I don't know, guys. This is really feeling like an America's Cup.
Oh,
The level of
Shinhi
cheese,
Bomb!
GG.
GG gets called, and we have our first ever champion of the Ursasaurus Cup. It is Shinhi Bomb, otherwise known as SHIN.
GG's. I gotta find out about that other match because we have the consolation match, and Estrella and them are probably long to bed. I think we might have to postpone the two, or ByuN might actually get to it. The non-finalist 2 highest American players. There's a consolation prize for the Americans.
I hope it didn't make your ears bleed too much, Light.
That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Wait, so for the consolation prize, do they have to play a series or do they? Flip
It was
a
a
coin?
best of 5.
Oh.
Was what we were gonna do, but we might have to change it up for tonight because of how things are going, and I find it highly unlikely that it was looking like it could have been Estrella, because we wrote finalists technically. I think we need to revisit this too, and the time it does to do these things. I think we should strongly revisit this next week, but maybe we'll have to, we'll figure it out and reach out to the players and get a hold of everybody and let you know what's going on at this point, because it's highly unlikely we're going to get both those guys we could see, but...
Yeah, sometimes...
Wait, what are they facing off for?
There's a prize of $50 to the first place one of this match after, so it's if there's Americans that are not a finalist, right?
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
So anybody from Canada, the United States, and Latin America. So in this case, it'd be ByuN and Australia. They have a best of 5 they could fight for, as it was written, for $50 of the winner, $25 of the loser. So a little extra. You know, hey, this is America, baby.
Well, I think part of the way to tackle this is like once all the Americans are eliminated, have them just do it then.
Yeah, I think that would make it be better for flow, and then just have them send the replays.
No, I mean you could just. Oh, I guess because you want to cap that.
And not anybody. Yeah, but I mean, if people could cap potentially, that would be actually great because some people might miss lobbies. They could cover that.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually what I was hoping for. But being this is the first one, we'll talk to the boys. We'll talk to the crew.
So next time, guys, I'm expecting you to like the Korean co-casters. They also yell. Just so you know.
Okay. Okay. I have to brush up on my Korean yelling. I'll get on that.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Listen, I've been practicing that for about 14 years.
Okay.
So
you're an expert.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I actually play with the Caster Park announcer pack on my in the game, and so that's that guy's just always yelling at me.
No.
But
alrighty.
Yeah, let us know what happens, Dave, with whether you actually do a show match later, like tomorrow or something, or if they just what happens with that, how you want to change it. But yeah, it's cool. I didn't know there was gonna be like a series between them.
Yeah, and honestly, Proto actually mentioned something too. Also, I want to say hi to Mute. Great run today. I just gotta say, Mute big fan, well. But that was actually sick to see you make it to the semifinals, and was rooting for you to do more. He's one of the few American players to make it, the only American player to make it that far.
Oh, you're saying like North and South American?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
exactly.
I feel like we don't typically group both. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's wrong. It just didn't register in my brain.
The Americas region, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I don't like to. We're all one America, so American. Even though it's coming out of Dave and all the memes, it's truthfully. We're.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not like literally taking issue with it, brother.
I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you here.
Listen, man, Dave, you're out here calling me a racist.
No, I'm out here saying I got socks older than you. Back in the 1800s when I was born, you know, we used to call them.
Oh man. Anyway, guys, this has been awesome. I am definitely gonna hop off. I didn't think about the fact that I was gonna I thought this would be done at like 11:30.
Yeah. I honestly am regretting that hour difference personally, but it helps out to get boys like Miggs, and honestly, Miggs talking to him once, he's like, if I was an hour later, I could probably play. And I was, there's other guys in the West Coast.
Oh yeah, no, come on, you got to do it for Vindicta, man.
You know, we got to think Estrella's in the West Coast too. You know, it might, I don't know, whatever. Just thinking about everybody all around, but does make a difference for Max Packs and Clown won't show up too. So that I kind of personally think that's not a bad thing if it's an American Cup.
It's not gonna stop. You're welcome to play. May, it's not. May, it doesn't stop them for ESL Americans. I feel they'll show up. Don't you worry.
Well, I mean, it was enough to stop Geralt from coming tonight. I'll tell you that.
True.
So he's a grinder. So, but no, thank you. Thank you both as well. Well, it was good to chat a little bit. I know sometimes I'm a little more colorful. And,
it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Listen, dude.
Thanks for hosting the event as well. For organizing the Discord server, getting all the players involved, reaching out, like organizing everything.
I didn't do this thing built itself. What are you talking about? Proto fucking did a lot more than I did.
What is it called, man? Hey, listen, it was really fun casting with you, Light. Thanks for carrying me when I was stumbling over my words. And yeah, no, it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
Good to meet you, brother.
Yeah, good to meet you. I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, catch you later.
Bye.
Oh my god, that was quite an experience. Catching up in the chat. I apologize for ignoring chat throughout all of that. I usually, if I have another caster, I try to, focus on them and all that stuff. And I haven't casted with either of them before. That was Historian. That was, hold on. Gotta bring back the camera, papi. Was casting with Historian and Dave. Personally, I'm not too fond of tri-cast. I think I explained it during the cast itself, how it's hard to kind of like dictate who speaks up next. So there was some awkward silences, papi. There were definitely some awkward silences, but it's fine. It's fine. It was for the first Ursasaurus Cup, and especially because this event is like a community event, and like Historian wanted to jump on, and then he brought Dave on. I was like, yeah, it's okay. I might, especially for next week, I might try and like, I don't know, cast with like Rushy or something. I know that Rushy has expressed interest in casting as well. And I wouldn't mind jumping on with Rushy or some of these other casters, just like one-offs, or like, just to do it on maybe just for this event as well. It's fine. It's all good. It's I always appreciate casting with other people. It's a lot easier. You can like, take time to think about what you're gonna say next, and you can, take time to like engross or take in everything that's going on. When it comes to the series itself, it was wild. Like the ZVT was crazy. We were alluding to it, but ByuN and SHIN were hyper aggressive with each other. They were just in each other's face the entire time. We saw ByuN non-stop going for that 2-base all-in, going for the 2-Rax Reaper into 3-Rax follow-up. It was wild. They just committed to that time and time again. The game on side Delta was insane, where ByuN was all-in for like 20 minutes, so he just did not stop. He just kept going. It was crazy. So GG, well played. In the end, SHIN did take it. SHIN denies ByuN the 5th weekly win. ByuN won 4 weeklies this week. 4 weeklies. KSL, TTT, STC, and the Wadi TV Monday, but he was denied the Ursasaurus Cup. Instead, SHIN steps in. He gets his revenge. Takes the win himself. GG. Very well played here by SHIN. ByuN is usually the favored player, but SHIN, he pops off instead. So big shout out to SHIN. And I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all enjoyed. Again, I don't often cast with Dave and Historian. And I think next time, if I do cast with someone else, I'll probably reach out to Rushy. I've never casted with him before, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see. Otherwise, hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I see Nish in the chat. Pecoeta, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Kenoya as well. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. With that, we're going to be wrapping up. And we are done for the day. I believe we don't have a cast later on in the evening. Let me just double check. Yeah, no cast later on today. Tomorrow, we're going to be casting the Code for Giants Cup. So we have, double broadcast tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be Code for Giants Cup and OSC mid-season playoffs. So back-to-back, 2 casts in a row. There's a lot of StarCraft tomorrow, a lot of StarCraft to go over, so that's going to be quite an experience. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Again, just a little bit different casting with some of these other people, casting with some of these other community members. And I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. With that, we're going to be heading off. I'm going to be streaming on my personal channel. I'm going to be laddering. Going to have a short ladder session. Again, there is no cast later on tonight, so I can ladder. I do need a moment to set things up, though. I have to go get some water, get something to eat would be ideal, and get ready before the cast, before we jump in. Sorry, before the ladder session is going to be the plan. Otherwise, hope you all had a great time. Again, this is going to be a weekly tournament. Every single week, we're going to have some Ursasaurus Cup, and yeah, we'll be back here next week as well. We'll see if we end up shifting things up, and if they end up having like a show match for the top NA player or something else. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. But now though, thanks for watching. I have to set up my stream. But yeah, we'll be heading off for the time being. We'll be streaming on my personal channel if you want to join, if you want to tune in, if you want to watch me smurge on the ladder. Yesterday I hit M2 for the first time. I hit Masters 2. Let's go. Masters 1 is the next step. We're on the road. We're getting there. And yeah, I'll see you guys over on the ladder stream. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Until next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. Until next time.